Hello and welcome to Global Business. I am Imewore Ohiomokai. Well, today I'm at a workshop. Yes, a mechanic workshop, or we call it the automobile workshop. They call it mechanic workshop in Nigeria, but you know it's an automobile workshop. That's the correct name for calling it. So right here, you know the story of where you have so many people trying to train youth on different things in the classroom. Well, we've gone out of this classroom now and gone into the workshop to see the practicals, and that's what we'll be doing today on Global Business. We're looking at the TAP project. That's the August project. It's a Read and Earn UNESCO Federation program, and it aims at training 120,000 youth in a year. We'll be talking to the coordinator of that program. His name is Abdusalam Oladigbolu. We're talking to him in the office later on. But right now, we're in the workshop and you can see so many cars. It's right here in Abuja, Fahrenheit Workshop, they call it. And we'll be looking at some youth that are participating in the TAP project. Now, in other news, the Nigerian Economic Summit, that is 23rd Nigerian Economic Summit, took place in Abuja last week. And of course, we had 2-3 days of both private sector and government jaw-jawing. Yes, they were brainstorming on how to move the economy forward. Many people have expressed fears about the economy, especially as it concerns the budget, not being able to fund the economy. It concerns the $5.5 billion that is being requested by President Buhari again as loan, and other things concerning the economy, exiting the economy with a fragile growth of 0.55%. So we have stories, or we'll give you stories sometime next week about the Nigerian Economic Summit and what Vice President Yemi Osinbajo said at the Nigerian Economic Summit. That's the 23rd Nigerian Economic Summit that held right here in Abuja. So it's a packed program today. You don't want to miss it. So just sit down, relax as we go talk to Prince Abdusalam Oladigbolu, who is the country director of the TAP project. The TAP project, I told you before, is the August project. Okay, so welcome back. And like I told you earlier on, we'll be talking to Abdusalam Oladigbolu, who is the country director of TAP, the TAP project, which is the August project for the UNESCO Read and Earn Federation. Of course, we came from the workshop. Now we are here. So we'll start with Oladigbolu, who is right here. Oladigbolu, welcome to Global Business. Now tell us about this TAP project.
TAP is actually the abbreviation of the August project. It's a decade-long youth project launched on Wednesday, August 15, 2017 at National Library. It was actually dedicated to complement other stakeholders to create an amiable and sustainable future for Nigeria with Nigerian youth.
When you say create an amiable and sustainable future, I would like you to expatiate.
Okay, that's great. I would like to use Nigerian Super Eagles as an example. If you look at the national team, there's some particular years that we have a great team. But along the line, we realize that we just fade off and we are not really relevant, and then we come back again. So this particular project, what we actually do is that we try to bring a structure that will be actually stand the test of time, that will encourage Nigerian youth to exploit the opportunities the nation have.
Okay, you talked about the sustainable and amiable future. Could you expatiate on that?
Okay, fine. Let me start like this again. You see, there's a research, is an established stuff that by 2030, Nigerian youth will be the most relevant resources for the nation. And then, if you have an information like that, what do we need to do? The first thing, Abraham Lincoln said, the best way to predict the future is to create it now. So if you want to create that future, what are the things we need to put in place? Number one. And then if it's okay, these are the strategies we are trying to do so that we can benefit from this important demographic in the country. What are the factors that can stop us from getting that? So first of all, one of the things we need to consider is the intellectual renaissance.
Could you expatiate? What is the intellectual renaissance all about?
Number one, what I'm trying to say is we need to build the capacity of the intellectual capacity of Nigerian youth in every way round. Because number one, education can be divided into two, the formal and non-formal. Now, if you look at the formal education, they are doing good, no doubt about it. But the non-formal also, we should also consider that. Like a researcher said, youth generally, the motivation and concentration level of youth is higher in informal youth program rather than being in the four walls of the classroom. And then Mary Montessori said that if education is about using the formal way of teaching without upgrading or localizing it that will benefit the country, the youth of the nation, it's not relevant. What I'm trying to say is that we can see some mechanical engineers, graduates, but they cannot repair their vehicle. So what is the benefit of that particular youth for the nation? So that's why TAP was actually created to deal with three critical areas, which is intellectual capacity building, leadership capacity building, and economic capacity building.
Now, I have gone through the TAP document, that's the August project document, and I know it has a structure. Could you tell us about that structure?
Okay, fine. No, first of all, I will want to start with the intellectual. It's divided into three stuff because number one, the first, the intellectual capacity is divided into three modules. We have this psychology of development. Now, one of it, we have positive self-concept. We need to work on the positive self-concept of Nigerian youth. If you believe in yourself, you realize that you are very important, you can achieve a lot of things in life. Then academic self-efficacy, then social self-efficacy. When your intellectual capacity is sound, whatever training or skills or lecture you've been received about leadership, you make good of it very well, rather than just taking them into classroom and tell them this is what leadership is all about. Because we should know that no leader is successful without a successor. So the leadership aspect we are looking at is not about the political class alone. We are all leaders in one way or the other. So first of all is to let them know themselves, understand themselves, and let's say, okay, fine, this is me. So in what area can I contribute to the nation in terms of leadership? So the leadership is not about, because I could see a lot of leadership programs going up and down, either political, either about business or something. But the first thing is let that individual himself know himself, understand himself, and avoid about to eradicate inferiority complex among other youth around the world. And now, the purpose of the economic capacity, like I said earlier, that the purpose of the project is to build the intellectual capacity of Nigerian youth. Now, the economic capacity is divided into two, because music is not relevant if you are singing it to the deaf. Number one is divided into two. We have what we call the compact package and the premium package. The compact package focuses on the non-formal economy, which you, after learning the intellectual, the leadership, everything, they should have a source of livelihood for themselves. And then the other one, we have the premium package, which will focus on formal economy of the nation. So the economic capacity building, like the compact, will deal with something like automobile training workshop, entertainment, either visual or audio. It will deal with the construction of interior decor, a lot of things that can make the non-formal sector to grow and create jobs. But the formal economy focuses on how we can contribute to Nigerian forex exchange, how we can get more forex exchange into the society. That is a long-term goal. But the short-term, what we're working on is more of the non-formal economy.
Now, being the country director for the TAP project, you are also the president of the UNESCO Read and Earn Federation. What's the Read and Earn Federation all about? It sounds very nice, though.
Thank you. UNESCO Read and Earn Federation, it was established for the purpose of enhancing UNESCO visibility to work in UNESCO field of competence and with UNESCO ideas and to partner with other relevant civil society to work together in actualizing the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Members are volunteers and of different ages and socio-professional status with state representative across the federation and indicators all over the 774 local governments of the nation. And we also have our presence is also in all schools, some schools all over the schools and community networks. So we have schools network, we have community network. So whatever we are doing is based on what we get from the grass, from the lower bottom to up. So whatever we are doing it based on the report from each community. That's what we are doing.
I know going through your program that you are supposed to have to train 1.2 million youth in 10 years. This is because I know the TAP project is a decade low. So you're supposed to have 120,000 youth first in a year. And I'm wondering, who is funding this program? Who is funding the training?
Right now, we don't have sponsors. We are working with partners. There's an understanding between we and our partners that is making this happen. Like the intellectual.
And who are these partners?
SD Foundation is the one actually partnering with us to train the 40 young Nigerians enrolled into automobile training workshop. And then we have other partners like Bruno's Palace. We are working with them that at the end of the training, they get an automatic job, like 50 in Abuja, 50 in Lagos, and then we establish another 50. So that is what we are still doing then, on and on like that. We have people like Tipompi that is into estate development. So we are working with those kind of people also, so like that. But we are not actually, we've not seen anybody sponsoring the project. It's all about commitment and determination to make Nigerian youth relevant for the country.
So what is UNESCO's role in the arrangement?
UNESCO it's a brand on its own. So when the technical assistant goes, like maybe if you want to meet some international development partners, they want to check, there are some non-governmental organization that is working because like, okay, who are these people? So through UNESCO, with the UNESCO, they know, okay, this is an authentic, this is a UNESCO program under the Youth Desk in Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Ladigbolu, Abdusalam Ladigbolu, who is the country director for the TAP project, that's the August project, under the Read and Earn, UNESCO Read and Earn Federation. He's the president also of the UNESCO Read and Earn Federation. And so we are out for going back to the workshop from the office. So let's go back to the workshop and see how the beneficiaries of this project, how they're faring. Oh, you're back. So I'm the executive automobile technician at this point, and so I call myself executive because you don't see automobile technicians with tie on, and but I try to wear my uniform and try out some work on this car. But let's look at those who matter more on this program. We're looking at the TAP project and looking at how we're transferring skills to youth, the present youth. I remember the TAP project is supposed to empower about 120,000 youth in 1 year. Of course, that's about 1.2 million in 10 years. And this is part of it, empowering them. And we've got Victoria Uya here. She's from Akwa Ibom State, and she is doing something for the TAP project. Victoria, how are you?
Fine, sir.
How old are you, Billy?
I'll be 19 this month.
Victoria is just 19. Now, Victoria, what's your highest educational qualification?
SSC.
You finished SSC and you're coming to do something. Tell us, what are you doing here?
I'm servicing the car.
What do you do in this workshop?
Panel beating and painting.
Oh, you do panel beating and painting, and you're learning how to panel beat and paint.
Yes, sir.
Great, great, great. Why did you come to do this? Who pushed you? Because you're supposed to be going to the university, to go and learn the bookwork. Why have you chosen to come do this?
Since I'm less busy for the moment, no admission yet, so I decided to keep myself busy.
Okay.
with this.
Do you think that what you are learning now will help you in future?
Yes,
How do you think it will help you?
because with this I can open my own shop to repair people's car. I'll be able to assist my family or any family member of mine.
Thank you very much. Of course, you can see that Victoria knows where she's going and what she has to do. Of course, we'll be talking to more of the beneficiaries. We'll be talking to partners in this project, the SD Foundation. We'll be talking to Hallmark, all on the program. But first, let me get back to my work. I'm with the chairman of SD Foundation, and he's also the chairman of the Fahrenheit workshop, this workshop. Now, I'm very interested. Why would you, a successful businessman, be interested in trying to fund or support youth to be empowered with skills?
One thing is certain. At a time in your career, in your business, or your life, you must to pay back. You must to give back. And to assist the youth, the need is more important now than before. In ideal environment, there is no graduate of any skill from apprenticeship. Every graduate must have minimal of 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 18 months, 24 months educational process. Now, an institution of this nature, this is the best and the biggest independent auto workshop in Nigeria. So to them that choose to go auto mechanical, either in bodywork, electromechanical, or painting, everything is complete here. So we chose to assist, like what you said. They are not paying us anything, to give them that empowerment so that they can have skill.
So more like interns in your workshop.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I mean, this is very laudable, and we pray and hope that many Nigerians of your stature will take on this kind of venture and have youth come to work. Remember that this is the time to learn skills. This is not the time alone to know the books, because it's skills that will earn you the money. Still on Global Business. So as the chief engineer, I have the TAP members here who will be talking to us about their experiences with the TAP project. Remember, the TAP project is the August project, which is meant to empower youth to earn later in future. And of course, you just introduced yourself. What's your name?
Timile.
Eh?
Timile.
Korede.
And of course,
Victoria.
And
John.
John.
Biola.
Biola.
Paul.
Okay, let's start with Timile. Timile, what do you do? I mean, how old are you first?
I'm 23.
You're 23. Have you gone to a higher institution? Are you a graduate?
Yes, I am.
You're a graduate of what?
Polytechnic Ibadan.
Polytechnic. What did you study?
Computer science.
Computer science. So what are you doing right here?
I'm a painter and a panel
You're a
beater.
painter and a panel beater, just like Victoria.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And you think you have learned enough, or you will learn enough to be able to do it your own self?
Of course, of course.
So I can get my car to you,
No problem.
and you will not charge me, isn't it? Anyway, Timile. Okay, so yes, my friend again.
Korede.
Korede, how old are you?
17.
17. Wow. I'm sure he is the youngest, except I see a 15-year-old. So are you still in the secondary school, or you're through with secondary
I'm
school?
done with secondary
You're
school.
through with high school. Now, let's look at it. Why have you come to do this program?
It's related to the course I want to study in higher institution,
Which is?
mechanical engineering.
Okay, mechanical engineering.
Yes.
And you think that getting in the knowledge before the knowledge is
Yes.
very important?
Yes, it's very important.
I wish you all the best. Huh? I wish you all the best. So, now, what's my friend's name again?
John Effiong.
John Effiong.
Yeah.
Are you a graduate?
ND Older.
Oh, ND older. Okay.
sir.
What?
Statistics.
Statistics.
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
24.
24. What are you doing specifically here?
panel beating
And painting.
painting.
All of you seem to be doing padding and painting. Thank you very much. So, what's the name again?
Abiola.
Biola?
Yes.
So, Biola, how old are you?
I'm 25.
You're 25. So, Biola, tell me, are you a graduate or
No.
you're not a graduate?
Yes.
Did you go to school at all?
I go to school
Which school did you finish from?
from St. Paul Anglican School.
Anglican school. So, you're secondary school holder. Okay, now tell me, what are you doing here?
I'm doing mechanical.
Mechanical. So, you're involved in the mechanic work and all that. How long do you think that you be here as an apprentice before you can say you can stand on your own?
Maybe like 6 months or 7 months, sure.
So how long have you stayed already?
Like 1 month.
You stayed 1 month already.
Yes.
So you want to stay probably 5 or 6 more months
Yes.
before you can say you are strong.
Yes.
And would you want to open your own workshop?
Yes.
You want to open your own workshop? I wish you all the best. Thank you very much. And probably maybe the oldest, at least by facially, he looks the oldest. So what's the name?
My name is Paul.
Paul. How old are you, Paul?
I'm 28.
You're 28.
Yeah.
Well, I was right. He is the oldest. So, Paul, tell me, what are you doing here?
So I come here to learn engineering mechanic.
Mechanic
Yes.
work too.
Yes.
I hope to bring my car someday and you do it for me free of charge. Would you do that?
Yes, no problem. Sir. Yes.
Anyway, thank you very much. And I'm sure you have benefited from this TAP project.
Yes.
You've benefited, isn't
Yes, I'm
it?
benefit. Yes.
I mean, do you think that you will be able to train, like a trainer, train younger people?
Yes, I can. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Anyway, that's with these beneficiaries. We shall now be talking with partners of this project, the hallmark. Remember that the TAP project is divided into the intellectual, the economic, and the leadership. Now, there are those who are going to teach these young people the business skills, because it's not just to learn the skills, they have to learn the business of how to sell those skills. After the break. Okay, so I'm here with the partners, those who will be teaching those young people you just saw the skills. They'll be teaching them the business skills this time. I've got the vice president of the Hallmark group, and he is Ben Emonena. It sounds like Ewomana or Womana and Emenema. Anyway, Ben is the vice president of the Hallmark. And of course, we've got the director programs and projects of the Hallmark. It is Victor Ikpo. Victor Ikpo, and of course, Henry Eru is the head of operations in Hallmark. Now, let's start with Ben. Ben, what kind of skills would you be impacting on, what kind of business skills would you be impacting on these young ones?
Yes. In Nigeria, we have a lot of people outside. One, they're going to learn how to do the work. The next thing is, how do they apply what they've learned? So we are there to help in technical support, helping them to know what it is outside to actually go into business. We're going to help to see how we can help them in raising funds, in starting up their own business. And basically, the important part is letting them understand that they've been given the fish and they've been given the net. And we're going to teach them how to not just fish, how to sell the fish when they are done catching them.
Now, Victor, I'm quite concerned because not many of these people may be totally literate in probably the TAP project. How are you going to impact these skills to a semi-literate person?
Thank you. In Hallmark, we have this drive to adding value to people. Now, coming in to this TAP project, it's a big one. The beneficiaries, they cut across various educational levels. We understand that. We'll give them business mentoring skills, attitude. They must see themselves as the best, irrespective of where they are today, they are going somewhere. So we are there to give them, open them up into discovering their potentials, and then give them some business mentoring trainings that will help them be the best, help them see themselves as one of the best, because the project is actually to make them the best.
Now, coming to you, Henry, the project is to make them the best.
Yes.
But I'm wondering, will they have mentors who are already in business?
Oh, sure. Seasoned mentors in their area of specialization.
In their area of specialization?
Yes, and they'll have mentors that will be mentoring them, teaching them on how to do their finances. We are going to be teaching them innovative skills on how to outsmart competition, because definitely there are going to be competition out there. How to dominate their market, and also how to make profits, in their skills, in their business. So that's what Hallmark is there to do, to make sure, and also to make sure that they know how to keep customers for life. Yeah.
You can see them. They are the ones dressed in suits. I'm in a tie, but I am an automobile technician right now, but these are the business people. They teach people how to make money with their skills. Thank you very much, Ben, Victor, and Henry. Thank you very much for coming on the program. And this is where we wrap it up on the program, Global Business, for this Monday. It's always nice doing business with you, especially doing business with skills and young ones. I am Imewa Yohyomokai. Join us again next week. And remember, Global Business, every business, all sides.